Hey guys, welcome to Redneck Off the Range. Today I want to do some final thoughts on these cheap crankbaits that I got off of Amazon. I got them, I don't know, a month or so ago, and they were $29 for 43 of these crankbaits. And they have different sets. I will put a link in the description for this specific set that I got. But, you know, they had different quantities you can get and different styles you could get. So there are 6 different styles of crankbaits in here. They're basically all like a minnow style, but there are some, you know, in here that are like deep divers like this. Of course, they're all tangled up. But as you can see here, I've got 3 different styles hooked together here. But anyway, so this particular set was, again, $29 for 43 different crankbaits, 6 different styles. Comes out to about 67 cents per crankbait, you know, per fishing lure. So I thought that was a really good deal. And they had mostly good reviews, mostly 4- and 5-star reviews. So I decided to give them a try. I took them out on a few different occasions and just, you know, switched them up, tried different sizes, different styles, different colors. And in the end, I was able to catch some fish. I've caught both largemouth bass and channel catfish on these crankbaits. I'm sure if I took them places where they had many more different species of fish, I could also catch other species like yellow bass, crappie, white bass, things like that. So I know for a fact that these can catch fish. They do have a very similar action. Most of them anyway have a very similar action in the water when you're cranking it in, as you know, it's very similar to your more expensive fishing lures. And the best part about these really cheap ones is if you get snagged, you know, you lose one, a fish breaks it off, whatever, it's not a whole lot of money to, you know, throw down the drain, basically. You know, you haven't wasted a whole lot of money, whereas if you got those name brand crankbaits like your Strike Kings and your Rapalas and your Rebels, those more expensive crankbaits that are like, you know, $5, $6, $7, $8, $10 per fishing lure, you can get those snagged or broken off, or, you know, skip them into a rock and break it, you know, whatever. You can do all that just as easily as you can do with these. I mean, there's really no difference as far as that goes. Now, they are made out of cheaper materials, and so I don't know if I'll be able to show it because I don't know which one it was. Was it the orange one? No, I don't remember. But, you know, as far as like the eyes go on a lot of these, they're all tangled up. I can't even get like a single example out of here. Okay, maybe. Right, here we go. So as far as like the eyes go, they're very cheap. Like there's like, I guess, some really cheap glue holding the eyes on, and 1 or 2 of them, I had one of the eyes come off, you know, as I'm, you know, swimming it through the water and stuff. Over time, the eyes just like to come off. Now, is that really a big deal? I don't know. Probably not. I don't really think the fish are even paying attention whether your crankbait has eyes or not, but that is something to think about. Something noteworthy, I would say. You know, the eyes on these will come off over time a lot easier than some of your more expensive crankbaits. Again, I don't really think that's a big deal. I think of it more along the lines of, hey, these fishing lures can catch me some fish. And I personally think they can catch fish just as easily as some of your more expensive crankbaits. Granted, maybe not necessarily all of them. Certain color combinations might not be as appealing, but you definitely can catch fish on all these different crankbaits. The only one I haven't really been able to catch a fish on, and it's really just because of where I was fishing, are these deep diver ones with the really long bill. These are designed to go really, really deep, and all the places that I tried fishing with them, they weren't really deep, and they had a lot of moss, and so basically all it would do was like dive down into the moss and then just catch a bunch of moss, and every time you would throw it out you just get a big handful of moss. And so I haven't fished somewhere where this would be an ideal fishing lure, but I would imagine that just like all the other ones, you can catch fish just as easily with this. You just have to be in the right settings. So I'm not going to dock at any points for that, but it's just something to note. So all in all, I would say that this is a decent set of fishing lures. Some may be better than others as far as like the colors go. Maybe even some styles have a better action in the water. But in my experience, other than those deep divers, I've been able to catch a fish with all the other 5 different types of crankbaits that come in this kit. And I shouldn't say but somebody lost one fishing lure out of this kit so far. It was cast into a tree and couldn't get it out. The line broke trying to get it out. But again, like I said earlier, losing 67 cents, not a big deal compared to losing a more expensive one that may be $7, $8, whatever. I'd rather lose a 67-cent lure than an $8 fishing lure. So anyway, my personal opinion is this would be a great starter pack for somebody who wants to get into fishing but they're on a budget. You can get a lot of fishing lures for not a lot of money. I mean, basically this set, this 43 fishing lure kit, is the same price as like 4, maybe 5 more expensive crankbaits. And you get so many more, and like I said, you can lose them just as easily as the other ones. So if you lose 5, well, you still have 38 more, versus if you lose 5 of the more expensive crankbaits, then you're just out of crankbaits. But I would definitely say that it's a good starter kit, because you can catch fish on them, and there's just a lot of them, and over time, as you lose them, get them snagged, a fish breaks them off, you skip them into a rock and they break in half, whatever. Over time, as you lose them, because you will lose them, assuming that you're actually using them to fish, you will lose them over time, and maybe by then you can afford some of the more expensive ones, or even some that are just a little bit more expensive, like the Ozark Trails from Walmart. Those are only like $2 a piece. So you can, as you lose them, you can start sprinkling some of those in. They're definitely different colors, different styles, just all these different things that you could add as you go through these. So that's my personal opinion on these cheap Amazon crankbaits. Subscribe to my channel, and until next time, be safe.